going to be fierce, just how rugby league should be.
Is fourth against second. Wigan currently occupying the spot just behind the leaders, Hockey Albert, 4 points back. So they would love to get a win tonight to keep that pressure on the Robins. Leigh needing a win to keep up their hopes of finishing in the top two as well. We're underway, a big roar from this capacity crowd here tonight. And it's Leigh who get first touch of the ball. And I think we get a sense of the physicality we're expecting tonight with that meet and greet from a four-man Wigan tackle. Expect that from both sides. There are not going to be any easy meters out from goal lines on a night like this.
Absolutely not. Joe Offengower will be relieved to get his first carry out of the way. We think back to that previous game. A head injury assessment within 20 seconds.
Ipape going out of dummy half, and Leigh looking to go down that right flank if they can. But we're going to keeping it neat and tidy alongside the intent. And with 4 plays gone, Leigh still find themselves short of the 30 metres. So the last you'd expect to be a kick. Ipape lands there and waiting and gets it away, and he was certainly caught by Luke Thompson. The ball bounces away, but everybody's satisfied that the hit was okay. It wasn't late. No complaints from Lachlan Lamb. And Wigan get on with it here with Adam Kieran, and their start to the set inevitably much better. But there you saw the collision, but all is fair in the battle of the Borough.
He's going to get that all night, isn't he? He's going to get special attention with that crafty kicking game that he possesses. Leigh will rely on it, and Wigan will want to take it away.
Well, we've had our money's worth before the night even began, with all the pyrotechnics, the laser beams, the big show that was going on before the teams came out. It was better than a night at Blackpool Illuminations, I can tell you. But this is the real deal, as Harry Smith sticks it up there, and down it comes into the hands of Keenan Brand, who's done well to shake off a couple of chasing defenders.
Hasn't he done well to force his way into the team at Leigh? And it's the strength of any great side, the people who can't get in the team, the quality of individuals that replace them.
It's a terrific noise, absolutely terrific noise. There you can see the importance of scoring first tonight. Both these clubs have 100% records. If they get those first points, they tend to go on and win. And one of those Leigh first point scores was last point wins. That 1-0 on the opening weekend of the season, that never-to-be-forgotten game at the DW Stadium, of course, when Leigh got the 1-point, golden point winner. Up it goes from the boot of O'Brien. And I tell you what, that is a nasty hanging kick as well, but there is a penalty for Wigan. Off the ball.
It's a shallow kick again from Leigh. They look like they're going high. Rather than distance, it's height, allowing them to chase and pressure the receiver.
For the offside, which you can see. Plenty ahead of the chase. Adrenaline.
Adrenaline, because they want to meet Wigan. As soon as he catches that ball, there's that physicality element at the front of their minds.
And December comes charging forward. But what a roar from the Leigh fans, because he stopped in his tracks. O'Neill from dummy half this time. And it's put back by Ellis. But Leigh's defence responds well enough to that. Wardle was stopped. Ellis again. Farriman pops it back in, and here comes Kieran. Is the biggest pressure on the shoulders of Jack Farriman from Wigan's point of view tonight, replacing Bevan French.
He's got to play his own game. He's another one with a big opportunity in front of him. He's going to start, he's going to get that spot.
Oh, very nearly an interception. Instead, it falls back into Wigan hands. And Liam Marshall with an opportunity on that left-hand side. And Wigan start from there with a full set to work with. So Liam Farrell will gather up the ground, take his side closer, knowing that they've got 5 more to play with. Thompson just battering forward again, trying to knock him over if he can. A pick-up from O'Neill. Smith puts it into the hands of Field, who goes short, and Wardle. And Leigh's defence is smart, and had to be smart, to drag Wardle down. It'll come back with interest again. Smith once more, offering it off for Ellis. Ellis with a carry. Just a hint of an offload in his mind as he looked around, but arms were pinned. Left again, it goes to Field. Field short. Wardle with a footwork. Wardle reaches for the line, and first blood of the night with 5 minutes played goes Wigan's way. Their fans celebrate. Jake Wardle over, and Wigan lead here by 4 points to 0.
Effort on effort in defence. Leigh Leopards having to defend their own try line. It's a wonderful finish, isn't it, from a very talented player who skips away from Umila Hanley with ease. Those dancing feet of his, look at that, that's absolutely beautiful stuff from the England centre. Opportunity came because they had that weight of possession and the pressure was piling on Leigh Leopards. Just 6 minutes on the clock, and one of the last things that the coach Adrian Lamb said, we've got to defend better than we did last week against Leeds Rhinos. Well, that's not better defence than last week, that's exactly the same, Dave.
Having said that, a lot of controversy around Shaun Wade's squad this week, but that's the way we love it, talking points. But I don't think there'd be any controversy whatsoever if he was one of the starting centres against Australia.
Absolutely not. Quality player with a lot of rugby league in front of him, but he's already a grandmaster of his trade.
Wardle's try, by the way, takes him to 10 for the season in all comps, double figures. Kieran looking for what would be his 64th goal of the year. He's been pretty good in this regard. But does artificial intelligence think about it? Well, success probability 65%. So bordering on likely, but certainly not absolute. Kieran rocking back, hits it well with that left foot, and you can tell by the lack of the movement in the North Stand amongst those Leigh fans that he has nailed it, and Wigan jump to that early lead of 6 points to 0.
Well, that's Jake Wardle's first try since the Warriors beat Leigh back in May. But you asked me about pressure. Who's pressure on? You asked me about Jack Ferriman. I think the pressure is on Jay Field because of the talk that the lads had in the studio. Sam Tompkins and John Wilkin, they mentioned how much pressure, because everybody knows where the ball is going, because that's where Jay Field is. Well, he had a hand in that try. Knowing it and stopping it is two different things.
This is Miski with a carry back as Wigan start from that kick-off deep inside their own half, and Leigh desperate to keep them here for as long as they possibly can. Tyler Dupree. Here's O'Neill skipping it back again. Thompson twisting, and up he goes, and down he goes. Leigh dealing with that situation very adequately. Ellis now crabbing across, always got that option of taking on the line, of popping out a pass, and on that occasion he tries to use the robust manner but isn't successful. This is outside the 40. It's not going to skid all the way anyway, because Bailey Hodgson's across there to pick up and return, and look at that again. He's got to the 20, he's forced back to the 15.
It's punishing defence, but it's off the back of a kick on tackle 4. Rarely do the Warriors wait till the last tackle. They kick early and chase hard.
Well, Wigan needing to be improved, according to their coach, given recent form. Leigh needing to be at their very best here tonight as well. They need to start putting a run of wins together as we head towards what, after tonight, after this weekend, will be the final 10 weeks, the final 10 rounds of the Super League season. It's that moving day feel in the Super League table. Lamb sticks it high. Field with a catch. Looked at Miski, who I think might have just shaken his head and said, you have a go.
Yeah, Abbas Miski comes back after missing 7 weeks, hasn't played since the Magic game. He'll want to find his feet. Young Zach Eckersley, unlucky to miss out, but Abbas Miski trying to make the most of his opportunity.
And with his return, and you look down the rest of the lineup, and Wigan do have the luxury of only missing one who you consider first choice, and that, of course, is Bevan Friend. So it's a big 1-2 miss, but apart from that, they're very healthy for this stage of the season.
Isn't it funny, people talking about Wigan having a wobble? They've not played well, but they've still managed to get those wins.
Ellis drops it back, Dupree And the crowd almost collectively taking a big deep breath here. Silence reigns. Well, not silence, but it's certainly a little less loud than it has been so far. Hodgson does well with the catch in the end. Has to take to the ground, and has done well with that return as well, because he's no right to make as much meterage as he did there. Hanley shuffling forward. Ipape. Here's Charnley. As they were saying in the build-up, point to prove tonight against his former club, but point to prove for his current club as well, having been out on the unwanted list in terms of first choice in recent weeks. Ipape scampering forward. Lamb's quickly up there to take over that dummy half position. This is Holton. Looks around, pops it off, and Pape's ready and waiting. O'Brien out to Hanley. Hanley now ahead of Wardle. Does the footwork on him. Shrugs underneath Thompson's challenge, but Thompson got him high, and Leigh had the penalty.
Well, the referee, Jack Smith, goes back to that high tackle, but skipping away. Hanley was the eventual ball carrier, but some great work from Edwin Ipape. Frankie Holton has Jack Faramond in his sights over on Wigan's right, Leigh's left, and he's going to run over the top of him as much as he can, but Edwin Ipape runs over the top of everybody.
Well, it is a fascinating position that the Leopards find themselves in here. Owen Trout back down the middle tonight in the absence of Robbie Mulhern. This now is taken on by Opahengawe, and the Leigh fans are encouraged. 5 away, Ipape. O'Brien now trying to just shuffle a gap with a short pass. Ipape springs back into life once more. O'Brien, a little double pump interception, and there goes Liam Marshall. There are plenty on the chase. Marshall puts his head down, and off he goes. Knows he's not on the gas, because Leigh's defensive chase was very good, but that is a wonderful clearance. And from the point of defence, Wigan now find themselves on the point of attack.
Good numbers back from Leigh Leopards.
Well, wide they go, and Kieran shows the dummy, and wider still, Miskey. But again, Leigh's defence recovers well. It's a forward pass, and full marks to the way Leigh did respond in these last minute or so.
It's terrific attitude when that ball ends up in the hands of Liam Marshall. Bailey Hodgson was the one that chose the best angle to make that tackle. Here's the forward pass. No doubt about that, but it's wonderful work. Marshall ends up with the intercept. And the attitude, the effort. Look at Hodgson there at the bottom of your screen. Chooses a great angle. Not looking to catch him, just cut him off and then pounce at the right time. And then there's the old stager, 34-year-old Josh Hodgson. Josh Charnley.
Here's Hanley. He covered some ground there, didn't he, Charnley? He's still looking a little gassed as well out on the left wing. He stands on the precipice of another big landmark as well. Just Josh Charnley, should he score tonight? There's the early stats of the match. Fairly even, as you'd expect. Ipape. Liu suggesting he was going to throw it out, and then does get it away. And Lamb out now to Tessie New. New with a step back on the inside. Big meters covered by him. Terrific strength, and that punching power as well. Holton spun around, can't see the out ball. 1 play to go. Referee says play on. O'Brien sticks it up there, but it's not got a lot of distance. Down it comes. Brown will catch, searches back for the middle. New again. Still the 6th tackle, this, isn't it? And here's Charnley, who recognises that back with a kick and the chase. Field is there. Charnley's next job is to stop him, but Field has skipped past the winger and looks on the outside. And here's Miskey, and Charnley, wow, got back to make that tackle.
He's all over the field, Josh Charnley. Misses the tackle on the fullback, but gets back in position, making the tackle on his opposite.
So wonderful atmosphere here tonight. Hopefully that is coming through at home, as Farrell is just short of the halfway line. O'Neill Search back down the middle by Dupree. Little angled effort by him. O'Neill again. Oh, Farriman with a juggle, and it is forward again. Well, they are clumsy mistakes, and he knows that.
Well, Brad O'Neill throws that past. The timing of the run isn't great. And that's the eagerness of Wigan to get over the advantage line. He just picks up, takes a couple of steps, and the young halfback, maybe half a metre in front of the hooker. The pace of this game, 15 minutes, absolutely flown by.
Absolutely, you're right. Incredible, isn't it? And they're taking a well-earned rest here because, as you say, the pace takes its toll. So they're just using up every second of the shot clock just to get some oxygen back in bodies. Both sets of players will be happy with that.
It does make me laugh. The shot clock was designed to speed it up.
Yeah.
Everybody waits until the numbers go down.
We had a shot clock actually go off at Castleford Huddersfield last night and nothing happened anyway. It is a very, very decent carry by Tessie Mew. Offloaded, quick hands, needed to be because Wigan's defence was coming up quickly, but Amila's got the step and the footwork to just rip a path. And Leigh again are on the point of attack. It's with O'Brien. Ipape back on the inside. Off a Hengawi now, has a look. Passes away. O'Neill goes down with ball in hand. Ipape. Just thought about that right-hand side maybe, but brings it back to the middle again. Lamb, here's New. New with a big push. He's a strong threat from that range. One to go. Ipape picks up smartly, puts a little grubber kick. Holton's chasing! Not sure he touched it down. Might have been a push. See what the referee's saying.
Tackle fine, mate. I've got
no try on the field. It looked that way, but looked to be deceptive. Let's hear from the video referee, Chris Kemp.
OK, it's tackle 5. We have a live call of no try. It's come from a kick, so we pause the ball on the foot. Everyone is onside, so we can go through to the grounding, please. Does Holton ground the ball? The live call is no try. Gets his hands to it there. Can we just get a side-on view to confirm, please? Yeah, this is what I want. OK, he gets his hand to the ball. And it comes away from the hand and goes dead in goal. I've viewed the angles I need, I've made my decision.
There are Leigh fans down below us who cheered on the first angle and then sat down disconsolately when they saw it replayed.
He didn't get there in time, did he? But Frankie Holton just checked his run. He anticipated that the ball wasn't going to hold up, and he didn't have much chance to get in there, but if he backed himself, he may well have got in there. But the first shot, really, from the Leigh Leopards, they haven't been down the other end. You can see he's got players to get past, but he just checks his run before that, and he's inches away.
It is going to be a night of fine margins. Farriman. Here comes Kieran.
Doing this well, Wigan. Dropping players off, just softening the defence up. Although it looks physical, it's draining energy, and obviously Ipape on the floor.
Ellis holding it away. Thompson standing start. Not quite the impact he would have liked to have had because of that. O'Neill picks up. Ellis now pulling it back for Harry Smith, and Field jumping into the line, and Wardle now, but Hanley's across there to make the tackle count. Marshall flinging it back towards the middle again. Ethan Havard is on the field. I think that's his first touch of the night. O'Neill again. Smith will stick it up, and this is interesting now with Hodgson underneath it and plenty chasing, but down he comes. Looked as safe as houses.
It's a confident take. The young fullback with plenty of blue shirts in front of him.
Hard work to do here. One other game tonight. There'll be no surprises at the fact that Warrington have taken the early lead against Salford. That, of course, is on Sky Sports Plus tonight, if you'd prefer to watch that, but pretty sure you've chosen this game for a reason.
Stand for, get that right.
Ipape. Just a path down the middle, ploughed again. Ofahengawi got one ball away and picked up eventually by Isaac Liu. But
sloppy and risky from Leigh, working away from their own line, finding meters hard to come by. Just 20 with the ball on that set 6.
Forces the kick, and Field with a catch and off his knees. Like a 5-year-old at a disco, just throws it back inside for Miski. And Miski's up to the halfway line. Here's Marshall. Sudden realisation that Ethan O'Neill hadn't got there, Brad O'Neill rather, but he does get over there.
Owen Trout is working hard. A couple of big carries with the ball, and he's put himself about in defence. Here again.
Thompson.
Move together, red line and stay.
Brad O'Neill, hands on knees, ready to deliver. The pass back onside for Smith and Field. And here's Wardle. Just put the foot on the accelerator, stepped off the left foot, but Leigh defenders covering well enough. Smith again with a dinky little chip. Has this gone too far? Well, no, yes, it has. Thought for a moment he jumped back into the goal, but the referee says he didn't, so tap him as well.
Well, first and foremost, in the front of his mind was catching the ball. He did his best to get his feet in the right place, and he's rewarded with a tap on the 20.
Tell you what, that was close. That was close.
But my point is, he wasn't ultra concerned with where his feet was. He just wanted to get the ball.
Ipape, Tessy New had come running back on the inside, but it's offered to Charnley instead, with a robust effort from the winger. And then Lamb goes dashing down this left-hand side, and Holton has the ball knocked out of his grasp. What an effort that was from Adam Kieran.
Kieran dipped, shoulder into the ribs. Beautiful technique, the timing is perfect. Wallop. Love it, love it.
Well, he's made his mark. Wigan will get it back. This is what's coming up this weekend, of course. Hull against St Helens tomorrow, followed by Wakefield against Catalan. And all the remaining games this weekend, absolute mouthwaters. Hull KR against Leeds, Sunday afternoon. The Bench podcast, it'll be downloaded on Monday, the new one, by the way. At the moment, you can hear Ian Blease and talking about the Brad Arthur situation. And Tawera Nikau will be the new podcast on Monday. And they are a must-listen. Make a day every week.
Good man, Tawera Nikau. Good man. Got plenty of stories to tell. Inspirational character.
This is Thompson. Taking it forward steadily enough. Brad O'Neill. Ellis. And now Smith, and Farrell comes in and joins in that attempt to break the line, but 15 out, thwarted. Harry Smith again, and Ethan Havard will push once more, but he too is dealt with by that Leigh defence. Last play, O'Neill spinning it to Farriman, who puts that little kick through. That's a terrific kick as well, and it's Kieran who helps it on its way, but Leigh get it back again. Wow, needed a sharp response as Tessy brings it clear.
It's a well-weighted, precise kick, isn't it, from young Jack Farriman, with a bounce of a ball. Again, it piling pressure on Leigh Leopards, having to work away from their own line. The young half-back just slides the ball through.
Trying to pick a path and find their way clear here, Leigh. Ipape, 30 out. Again, early in the count, that's a big kick. It's a 40-20 if it finds the angle, but it doesn't find the angle. Instead, it finds Field, and Field can run it back. But O'Brien, who let fly with that, is very much the first man up there as well, to make sure that that doesn't turn into one of those Field moments.
It's an enthusiastic chase, but again, desperate for meters. Less than 30 in possession for the Leopards. Who's leaning on the field for Wigan now? He normally changes the dynamic around the play of the ball. He'll go a bit like Edwin Ipape.
It's good for Miski. This is Leeming, dashing out, having a go. Ellis having to bend his big back, and Havard again will stride into that oncoming Leigh defensive line. Leaning. Harry Smith on the last will stick it high. Keenan Brand is tasked with getting under this and catching it safely and then trying to evade the defenders. He does all but the last. Well, that's a good enough response from the Leigh winger.
At this phase of the game, you just feel like Wigan are winning the battle in terms of territory and field position. Just trying to suffocate their opposition at this point.
Well, it's got the intensity we expected, this game, hasn't it? Both sides desperate to win this. Wigan after some indifferent form. If not a host of defeats, they have been close to defeat in recent weeks. On a couple of occasions more than they would have liked. Leigh, of course, needing to keep pace with that top four. Hodgson, and good hands from New, and here comes Charlie racing away. He's got Hodgson back on the inside. Charlie wanted to go himself. Bailey Hodgson felt there was a pass on there. This now is Lamb. It's a forward pass. It's a forward pass.
It's a big one.
But was that an opportunity, Spurn?
Absolutely, Dave. The pass should have gone inside. And you forgive a winger, a pacey winger at that, for backing his speed and pace. But the pass to Bailey Hodgson was a simple one. And he would have strolled in under the sticks. Here's the break. Beautiful hands. Tessinu releases the fullback. And Farrimond commits to making the tackle. The winger is coming in. If the pass is made, that would have been the home side's first try. 249, Josh Charnley.
Yeah. That's where he's at. Here's Marshall.
Off the ball, Jack! Two, stay here, hold. Go.
Leaning.
Timing coming in.
It's another one off the bench in the shape of Liam Byrne.
Move your timing, mate. Hold, go.
15 to go in this first half. Just a one try in it so far. Score from Jake Wardle back in the 5th minute. It has been brutal since. Smith. Here's Ellis, direct route again. And on the last play, Smith goes out to that left-hand side. Up it goes, and again a good safe take at the back.
A bit like we've mentioned with Jay Field being the go-to man for the attacking direction. Well, the go-to man for the kicks is Harry Smith. Every time he gets the ball, he has all the time in the world to choose where to put those kicks. Bailey Hodgson will want his teammates to just take a bit of that time away.
Ipape. Lamb delaying the pass beautifully. New. Oh, there's a hand from Kieran, I think. Oh no, the referee says there was no touch from Kieran. It was a straightforward drop. And so we're going to have it back in an advantageous position again.
Another basic mistake there. The big centre, yeah, he just gets that wrong, doesn't he? Just drops it.
Absolutely. Officials get it spot on. Leaning. Smith. Farrimond again, scurrying and scampering, and Fields caught in his tracks. Tessinu closing him right down, making sure there was no danger. Nasemba angling back, pushing, offloading. Leaning's there to take the catch, making it difficult. That's play on. Well, it looked like McNamara had killed the move with the tackle, but the referee says elbows did not hit the ground. So we're going to allow to play on here. Leaning. Ellis. Farrimond. Field at pace. But a slip from Miski. And one last play for Wigan to have a go. Miski's hurt.
Well, I hope that isn't a reoccurrence. As we mentioned, he's been out for a period of time, 6 games, 7 weeks.
Farrimond with a kick, it looks too deep. It is too deep. It bounces away innocuously. Frustration for the coach. A tap back on the 20 for the opposition.
Well, hopefully it's just one of those occasions where you've had a serious injury, a long layoff, and it goes a direction it shouldn't, and it just spooks you a little bit.
Here's McNamara. Wow. Wow. That was a carry from Hodgson. He's skittled Nasemba, who stayed down here. That was some collision.
Well, the big back rower, he catches a shoulder, I think.
This is O'Neill, Ethan O'Neill, carrying well, taking his side deep into enemy territory here. Referee stopping the game because the doctor's on the field.
The doctor's on, so they need to take a look at Junior, who, as I said, just collects a shoulder. Bailey Hodgson carries that ball forward. He's short and he's squat. And Junior, who's an ever-present for Wigan Warriors.
Well, he's got a reputation for toughness. He, of course, in the grand final last year, took that big head knock that we thought had put him out for the game, and all of a sudden he was re-emerging from the Old Trafford tunnel to play on, but he's off for an HIA here.
There you go.
And there's the reason why.
Yeah, it's part head, part shoulder. I think he was at Wimbledon during the week, wasn't it?
Was he?
Yeah, watching the tennis. Lucky lad, got an invite. Did you get an invite, Dave?
Not this year.
No.
Not ever.
Me neither. I had one last year, but I couldn't go.
I'd rather watch Castleford Huddersfield on a Thursday night than go to Wimbledon, to be fair, Barry.
God bless you.
Well, he's off for the HIA. 15 minutes, so into the second half before, if we see his re-emergence. Jenna will keep us in touch, of course. And this is Davis. Leigh still trailing by those 6. 11.5 minutes to try and put that right. And great position they find themselves in here. Hanley. One play to go. McNamara moving into that dummy half position. Sweeping it back for O'Brien. And Hughes. And now it's with Lamb, who tries to thread it through. Field's got a job on here, and he's taken out of play. Leigh should have it back.
That's a lovely measured kick and a committed chase. Lachlan Lamb, he knows everybody's onside. Back row at centre, winger, chase hard and get some repeat possession. The fans erupt. You know, this is another big chance for the home team. Josh Charnley again putting the defence in.
Well, maybe guilty of throwing an opportunity away, Josh Charnley, but you cannot fault his effort tonight, can you?
No.
He does look like a player with something to prove.
It's not a bad thing later on in your career to miss a game or two. It just reminds you what you're missing.
Oh, he's got hands on that and almost put the curse on him. Returns with a bit of venom, a bit of heat. Latest in the other game tonight, how's that going? Well, that's how it... Oh, my goodness, Salford leading by 8 points to 6. That would be cat amongst pigeons, wouldn't it? But it is still midway through the first half, so a lot can happen. Half an hour played here. McNamara, now it's Lamb. This is new. Footwork as well as strength. And a handoff too. And it takes 3 of them to wrestle him, but he's not going to stop him because he gets it away to McNamara, who's wandering closer, wants to play it quickly, does play it quickly, went backwards, the referee says, so Hodgson's allowed to carry on here. Wigan's defence still being tested. McNamara again, on the last, going left, oh, and Kieran again with a big shoulder. Wrenches it free. Farriman rushing down this left-hand side. He's got Miski on the inside. He's hypnotising them with his footwork. Eventually stopped. But Wigan again, from right on the precipice, find themselves on the sandy beaches of their opposition. Leeming, running across. Oh, and he's given it away. I'm not sure Hubbard was expecting that. And Hughes comes running back.
Chaos.
It's a catalogue of errors from both sides at the moment.
It's chaos, you're right. Ethan Hubbard just looked at the ball. Leigh Leopards first to get to the bouncing ball. Cruz Leeming looking for somebody to pass to. And Jack Hughes says, I'll have a bit of that, thank you very much.
Well, I wish I could lip read. I'd love to know what Matty Peters just said. Probably best we can't. Davis, nobody close, takes it in himself, and he's lost it. Well, some handling that has not been quite up to standard in the last few moments, but it all adds to the entertainment.
There's a little bit of drizzle. I don't know whether you can pick it up on your TV screens, just a bit of light rain, the ball perhaps a little bit greasy. And those passes and those carries, the ball is spilling out in contact. Players will need to be a little bit more careful with the grip, with the carry. But a hectic, frantic couple of minutes, Dave.
Well, we remember that opening game between these two as setting a standard for the season. And this is living up to that game in terms of drama and quality, albeit with a couple of errors thrown in there as well. Who's at dummy half here? Leeming. Picks himself up. Havard.
7 mistakes from the home side, 7 errors and just 2 from Wigan Warriors. Want to tidy up that possession.
That was Mego. This is Leeming. Byrne was travelling to his right, but there were defenders in the way, so Leeming tries to pick a solo path.
Stay, Ben. Wait for it, though, Ben. Go for
Havard. This now is Byrne, Liam Byrne.
Held. 5, release. Go.
Smith. Again, just chipping it up there. Keenan Brown is the target for the man that Wigan want to spook here. Oh, and it's bounced up, and he's kept alive, and he's done really well there. Really well. Under duress.
A lot of those kicks have gone to that.
Oh, and they're all juggling. They're all juggling.
My word.
Circus rolls into town.
Soft hands, boys. Soft hands. Ricocheting off chests.
Oh, oh, up he goes, down it comes.
Deep kick. Move together, Wigan. Find us, Liam.
This is McNamara. Davis to his right, and again, it's another massive effort. Byrne on this occasion. That's 3 times now a Wigan tackle has just knocked the ball free.
And not only have they forced the mistake, they've forced a penalty. Because Ben McNamara is in front when he can't do anything else other than catch that ball. Big defence, punishing defence from Wigan. And that's the 8th mistake.
And a reflection of the game here, that immediately they elected to kick for goal.
Yeah. Again, I keep having to check the clock. It's 35 minutes. It's absolutely flown by. Adrian Lamb, when he gets his side in, yeah, you can see the frustration, you can see the frown on his face. He's completely unhappy with what his side have offered up. In any big game, you've got to look after the ball. You've got to make the most of possession when you've got it. They've made no meters when they've had it, and they've been in scramble mode when they've had to defend.
Bang in the middle this time. Left of the field for the first. Taking all the time in the world to make sure that ball is teed up exactly as he wants it. Elaborate this, isn't it? Taking his time. This to give his side a 2-score lead with half-time only 4.5 minutes away. Well, he's hit it well enough, and again there's a lack of movement behind the sticks, which gives it away as a successful kick. 8 points to 0. Wigan now have the lead.
Don't they look slick, Wigan? They look committed in defence. There's some punishment being handed out from Matty Pete's side. You saw Thomas Luluai at the side, the assistant coach. He was renowned for defence like that.
By the way, we talk about the matches coming up this weekend. Next week is an absolute... Oh, that kick caught by Miski on the full.
Great work.
Put his foot out of play, intelligent stuff, and a penalty back on the halfway line. I can't imagine they'll kick for goal again here. Harry Smith's already indicating he's kicking for touch.
Sorry, Dave, it's textbook, isn't it, from the winger? Just cool, calm and collected. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and Abbas Miski. And Wigan Warriors go to the halfway line. Ball in hand now. They'll look to... What we got there, 4 minutes, 3 minutes?
In by Bird. Yeah, what I was going to say was 17 rugby league matches live on Sky Sports next week. It's an incredible feast. Women's NRL, the NRL, Women's Super League, the Super League, and of course, in amongst all of it, State of Origin, a decider. Mago, 12 away, Leeming, snaps it up, Smith, into the line, back for Barryman. Here now comes Thompson. Thompson stepping off the left foot, redirecting his energy. But big chests in his way. Leeming again. Mago. Smith. Farrell cutting in on the angle. 1 to go. Rain pours down. Leeming picks up. Byrne takes it in, pops it over the top. They're batting it over. It's like basketball at the moment. Marshall puts some sense back on it. His little kick. And he's dropped on and needed to be dropped on because there was a Leigh foot in that and there was a danger of Wigan getting another set of 6.
It might have been better served, looking for the drop goal, looking for the 1 point there. Maybe not aware of the clock. But why not go back to what you've enjoyed doing all evening, punishing defence and rocking the Leopards back.
Just checking to my right there, I thought Steve-O had arrived for a moment.
Yeah, the 1 point.
It is you, Barry, isn't it? Here's you. Amara out to Hughes. Back it goes to an effort by O'Neill.
Tackle 5. Move now. Stay here. Kick pressure. Stay. Go. Kick pressure.
That's playing the set again, and they are very much under the pump here. They needed a good kick, and Lamb got the kick away, but it just bounces into the hands of Jay Field.
Just looking at the half-time, I love what Cruz Leeming does. Last tackle, chases, sprints fully 25-30 metres to make the kick as ineffective as possible. Cruz Leeming, the number 17, started on the bench, replaced Brad O'Neill, and has definitely changed the flow and rhythm of the game.
Dummy show, flicked away, Farrell's alive to it. Into the final minute of this first half. Wigan strike again here, that would be huge in the context of the game.
He's playing in the back row.
Leigh are desperate to hold on.
He's playing in the back row, Luke Thompson. He's gone into the slot that Julian Sember's left.
Kick over the top by Smith. Hodgson's getting over there, but he was confident it was always going to bounce safely away. And Leigh should finish with ball in hand. Tap back on the 20. It's not much for them here, you wouldn't think, in the next 20-odd seconds, but they'll give it a go.
I go back to the Josh Charnley break and that pass inside. Bailey Hodgson, I'm certain, would have scored under the black dot.
Bolton. Liu to O'Brien, who shows the dummy, and Farrell's in his way. And the hooter sounds to bring the curtain down on what has been terrific drama in the opening 40 minutes. Plenty of crackle, plenty of crunch. Just the 1 try so far. Wardle, the scorer, back in the 5th minute. Adrian Lamb knows his side are a long way from being out of this, but they are trailing by 8 points to 0 at half-time. But Leigh, as Adrian Lamb quite rightly pointed out, could very easily have been level, if not ahead, in this match at this stage. Away we go. O'Brien, right-footed, sticks it up in the air. There's a bit of breeze about as well, isn't there? The rain's still swirling down. Yeah. I think the wind's picked up, so the weather's going to be a factor in this second half.
Breeze, a little bit of a chill, a little bit of drizzle, as we said. You can just see there that fine rain that soaks you through, Dave.
How do you see this second half going?
I agree with a lot of what got said at half-time. Errors, mistakes, and not taking opportunities have cost the Leigh Leopards dearly. Just smarten up, tidy up some of those basic fundamentals, and they're right in this game.
Well, Leigh will be attacking their north end supporter base in this second half. Wigan attacking their supporters at the opposite end. And that opening set, unremarkable, no mistakes, but Wigan shifting it downfield efficiently well, and Leigh having to start 20 metres from their own line here. This is Lamb. Tessineau will gather a few extra yards if he can here. McNamara waiting patiently at his heels. And there's line of defenders moving forward again as Charnley carries it forward. So as you'd expect in the opening few moments of this second period, both these sides just trying to soften each other up again as Isaac Liu is held on the halfway line, 5 yards short of that halfway line. Davies to Lamb, a little bit of a juggle again. Holton cuts back towards the centre of the field. And as they reach the final play, Leigh will be kicking here. Lamb again, sticking it up there. It's going to be a problem, this, the high balls in the wet weather with the breeze blowing, but Anders Miski makes it look very simple.
Good work again from Cruz Leeming, working hard, putting pressure on the kicker. I think we're in for 5 or 10 minutes of pretty, not one out, but pretty risk-free stuff from both teams.
Miski flicks away, and that's offside. That's offside. Well, it's not given. It clearly hit Liam Bird on the legs, and then Marshall picked up and seemed to be ahead of him. Anyway, Farrell. Oh, look at this. There's a flick away. Byrne kicks it forward.
You're right,
Marshall
Dave.
picks it up.
You're right. Doesn't happen often, but you're right.
Once again, Barry. Once again. Last play. Leaning back to Smith. Smith with a kick. Hodgson adjusts, and adjusts well enough to run it back and go beyond and up to the 50-metre mark.
They look like the confident and comfortable play behind that kicking game of Harry Smith. I see Harry Smith take the ball, put it under his wing, play behind a bit more of a running game in this second half. Not just Jayfield from the back.
Brian offering it back on the inside again and carrying towards the 30-metre mark, but not quite getting there. Wigan just putting a tight grasp on the game here. Holton as they shift it wide, but again that response well met and pushed back a yard or two. So they're struggling to get out of this uncomfortable territory at the moment. O'Brien and now O'Neill. O'Neill trying to shake them off, but three defenders sticking to him like magnets. McNamara. Well, it's a big chase again from Leeming. Lamb puts the boot on it. Field with a catch. Did well to get it away, but as you pointed out in the first instance, Leeming's got a job on here, hasn't he?
They're only 1%ers, Dave. Players and coaches talk about 1% efforts. Cruz Leeming consistently gets out, chases hard. He is on his own. Smart players will just move to one side and exploit that a little bit.
Well, Wigan travelling well. The arm wrestle is slight advantage to them at the start of this second half because they are finishing sets at the end of the field they want to be. Leigh struggling to get beyond the halfway line. Thompson. One play to go. Leeming. Here's Smith. And again, it's just drifting in the wind. Liam Marshall with a kick. Davies picks it up, hits the chest. Nothing wrong with that.
It's a shallow kick. They've done that consistently. Matty Pete, again, I'm not a lip reader, but I don't think he's happy with the end of that set. How Wigan are ending their sets is a controlled end, but quality.
Penalty.
I'm not sure.
Holding down,
Great
too
work.
long in the tackle.
Great work from the young fullback. He's a really exciting prospect. He works hard, fights hard, And that extra effort, extra energy earns his side a penalty. And Liam Byrne and Wigan Warriors go back 25-30 metres.
Well, this is the most encouraging start to a set for a while now for Leigh, because it sees them planted in that half of the field, and the Leigh fans finding their voice here.
Tessie New was one of the most dangerous players on the field, a big bulldozing centre. They'll want to get the ball in his hands.
Well, they're drifting that way. Hodgson, he's got some sparkle, but it's nullified. It's back with Lamb. McNamara helps it away, and Davis goes straight again. Here's McNamara. Leo up to line it away. Lamb with a pass. Did that get a touch? It's picked up by Farriman. It goes scrambling away. It's play on. He's got Miskey with him, but he's got Lamb on the chase. But on the back of that, well, there's a little bit of afters going on as well, but I think this is going to be given as a knock-on. I think it's going to be Leigh's ball at the other end of the field.
Well, the young halfback didn't wait. Jack Farriman, he picks up the ball, runs a considerable distance down the field. You can see whilst defending.
Yeah, he saw it. He saw it.
He saw it.
He's worried.
He saw it. You can see, wow. Well, Lachlan Lamb picks him up and slams him on the floor. Feisty character, Lachlan Lamb. Like a bag of shopping.
I'm glad you don't do my shopping, Barry, if that's the way you deal with it. But it is going to be head and feet for Leigh at the other end, because Farriman started that with a touch on the ball that sent it forward. So Leigh get a chance again here. Just have a look at that. It's a little hand in there. Didn't get a clear view. Referee didn't get a clear view. I think it was belated from the touch judge, wasn't it?
It's difficult to see on that angle. But referee and touch judge communicating with each other, but it is tense at this point.
This is O'Brien. And as we often say in games like this, the next score is going to be really important here, isn't it? Leigh get it, and in the position they're in, they'll fancy they've got a chance. Then suddenly it is right back in the balance. He's just trying to calm things down.
It's a play the ball, it's not a penalty.
No. Nobody's sure what's happening here. Leigh do get that play the ball eventually. O'Brien offering it off, and this is Hughes. McNamara. Choices to make, right or left. Lamb is over on that left-hand side. Holton gets the arm free, got it lifted and raised, but then decided against the gamble. Lamb, here's Ipape, has to run direct because that was a ball he nearly fumbled. McNamara again. Leigh fans behind the sticks baying for something here. It's not the best of passes, but it is picked up and it could be turned into something better. One play left in them. O'Brien, the kick, oh, straight into the hands of Harry Smith, and Wigan are relieved.
Poor kick, greasy surface, greasy ball. That kick should have been along the floor. In the end, it's in the arms of Wigan, who tried to make their way upfield.
It's a good few yards gained by Miskey with a change of direction. Wigan weathering that storm, but Leigh will fancy they've got more to offer. And part of that equation is to keep Wigan as far downfield as they possibly can here. Here's Byrne. On the last. Smith with a kick.
It's a 40-20.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not. It's out on the full. It's out on the full. We talk about just those small moments, small measures, and there's another one that has gone Leigh's way this time.
And the position of Bailey Hodgson, the way that he closed off the field, meant that the angle changed for the kicker. He's trying to slice that ball, get it on the 20-metre line, and the mere threat of the fullback from Leigh, I think, changed the sights of Harry Smith.
Well, the balance of this game is just alteringly.
I'll tell you one thing, this massive crowd and huge atmosphere is willing Leigh Leopards.
O'Brien goes left, Davis scuttles back towards the middle. Here's McNamara again. Ipape still on the field as well, despite the fact that McNamara is operating out of that dummy half role. That's what Ipape offers. O'Brien trying to smuggle his way through. They're up there again. 10 minutes of the half played. Ipape to Lamb. Lamb delays, out to New. Oh, brilliant! Changed his body shape and then hurled his full might at that line. That is exactly what Leigh needed at the start of this second half. Tessie New delivers and Leigh back in it.
Well, the big centre has been absolutely rampant in the first 40 minutes. Hardly had a touch in 10 minutes of second half rugby league. It all came from the mistake. Harry Smith misjudges his kick, goes out on the full. And a sweeping play, Pape to Lachlan Lamb, who double punts, and a sliding defence. Just can't handle the big centre, Tessie New, who salutes the crowd as he gets over. That's exactly what the home side needed. Early ball to the big man. And Kieran, well, he's just clutching at his shorts. He got no chance of stopping this big runaway truck. Get that into you.
Well, there is a fervour around the place at the moment.
What an atmosphere we've got here tonight. Well, I said it a couple of minutes ago, this big crowd willing the team over the try line. And Tessie New, who has his own song, puts them into absolute raptures.
O'Brien's got to keep his head here. Wants to narrow the gap to 2. It's a difficult kick from the touchline. And the arms go up to salute. A splendid strike. 6 points to 8. Just as we would want it. With under half an hour to play. Absolutely in the balance now.
Well, both teams running towards their fans. And Leigh with this big following. Energetic crowd. Well, they give them exactly what they want. 4 and convert it into 6 points. We've got a ball game now, haven't we?
Well, they've been on their troubles for the last 6 weeks, have Leigh. First game here for some time. Oh, the kick-off is causing problems, and somehow Ipape gets back and bounces into it to get possession back again.
How did he end up with that, Ipape? It looked for all money that Leigh were going to end up surrendering. Look at those meters. Bailey Hodgson, who's worked hard when he's had the ball. Josh Charnley, as Sam Tompkins quite rightly said, with a point to prove, is all over the field. That's just meters with the ball. He's probably done the exact same without it.
And top 3 all Leigh players there as well, which tells a story. And Leigh are moving back towards that halfway line again. O'Brien over the head of Marshall, who goes chasing back, but Hanley's after this, and Marshall, when he picks it up, and Myler Hanley went steaming after him. He sensed the opportunity, he's taken it, and Wigan are forced to drop out underneath the sticks.
What about that from the Myler Hanley? The chase is committed. Liam Marshall thinks, I've got all the time in the world. No, you haven't. Brilliant stuff.
Where did that come from, he's thinking. But there's the intent. And Wigan need to up it now to match that. Still leading. But they're up against a Leigh side who have a taste for something special here. Lamb with a catch. Back it comes again. Well, the opening minutes of this half, Wigan were just about winning that arm wrestle, weren't they? In terms of field position, but it has switched around in this last 4 or 5 minutes. Leigh dominating, but still trailing. O'Brien. Ipape, dummies and goes. Thompson ain't gonna let him pass. McNamara again. Davis. O'Brien dummies the offload. And Hodgson rides the attempted tackle. And has lost the ball, I think. Yes, he has.
Oh, it's a shame, the young fullback just a little bit too greedy. It was good pressure from Leo Martian, who takes the ball forward for his side, takes the gamble, shuts the play down, doesn't make the tackle, but because his centre, Jake Wardle, is there to back it up, the mistake is forced.
Start of a high-quality weekend, you sense here, because so many matches with so much meaning over the next couple of days. Leaning. Thompson charging it in. Wigan looking to settle themselves back into this. Smith. Davis was out quickly, but Smith still gets a good kick, which is going to land on the grass, and anything can happen, but the bounce is kind for Hodgson.
Well, that blue wall right in front of him. He took the gamble, you're right, Dave, you must never let the ball bounce, but he pouched it, and immediately 5 blue shirts. Wigan plays in front of him.
Well, it's quite a night of quality here. It's quite a night in terms of eyebrows raised in the other match. Salford 12, Warrington 12, the latest score. And they, like us, are into the second half. So Salford have just been showing signs in recent weeks. Maybe not last week, but the game against Hull a couple of weeks ago.
A lot of Salford's point coming from the kicking tee. Tight game.
O'Brien to O'Neill. Last play, Leigh inside their own half. Oh, Davis is getting it away to O'Brien, and that's a neat little kick, which is causing problems.
Absolutely.
There for Jay Field.
Absolutely, I said it, didn't I? A ball along the floor, skipping and skimming along is as difficult to deal with as a high one.
Oh. Marshall's going nowhere other than sideways. Farriman, dummy half, Miskey wants to go. But Leigh's defence is ramped up to the max at the moment.
It's the same as Wigan were doing in the first 20 minutes, taking metres off their opposition in defence.
There goes Kieran. Brave carries these because they know what's coming at them. Ellis. And again, they reach the last play, still entrenched. Smith. Looking for distance rather than touchlights.
A win for the Leopards in defence then, just over 20 metres made with ball in hand for the Wigan club. Now it's Wigan's turn to find metres hard to come by.
Charlie on carry 2. Ipape sensed an opportunity there, but December grabbed a hold. Tuitavak is on the field, and here he comes. Lots of energy, lots of freshness in that big body. But they have gone through 4 plays. O'Brien again. Lamb reaches. They're in motion down that left-hand side. Charlie with a pick-up, neatly does it. And almost getting through. Held on too desperately by Kieran. Play the ball not the cleanest, but off they go on play 5. Lamb. Charlie offers it back. Holton over the top. Here now comes Hodgson. Hodgson throws it out. Hanley tries to back it on. It's made it difficult for Brand. Hanley now picks it up. Still the 5th. He won't want to end it there. So slices off the boot and goes chasing after it. Best of a bad job. And Field with great footwork again. Wow. Chasing shadows.
It's a wild finish from Leigh.
Oh! Play on. I think it hit the retreating Hanley.
Well, you mentioned Leigh making a few changes with big bodies. Wigan have done the same. Patrick may go on the field. Both coaches recognising the pace and ferocity of this game.
Yeah, those 2 words absolutely sum it up, don't they? Pace and ferocity. It's the way the game has been played. 3rd battle of the Borough this year, and all of them have been really good contests. Want to play? O'Neill's having a look where Smith is. Here he is. going to risk anything this time, rolls it along the floor, but Hodgson back there. There's a line of defenders.
I love it. He'd have been entitled to let that ball roll over the sideline, but the energetic fullback says, no, let's get on the front foot.
And if you weren't aware of what else we got through this weekend, there it is. Some cracking games. Chanley. Oh, big hit from Nasemba. A little bit of push and pull afterwards as well. Then to his feet. It's back to O'Brien, who's certainly behind a 40 when he lets that fly. Is it going to go all the way? It is, it is. It skids off the turf. It's not a good kick in the end. So a tap back on the 20.
A chance for both sets of players just to take a deep breath. We've been in a bruising, punishing phase of the game.
Cauldron of an atmosphere. It's barely let up as well.
There's a different intent in defence. You can see the match stats, possession, completion rates. Wigan a little bit further. We said about those mistakes that were made. 9 by Leigh Leopards now, but what they're doing now is their intensity in defence, their attitude in defence looks distinctly different.
And what Leigh will be very well aware of is that Wigan have been in tight situations a couple of times of late and have found a way to win. And they'll have confidence. Oh, the referee's fallen over.
Oh,
Jack Smith, I think he might have hurt himself, actually.
I agree, yeah. He hit the deck.
Just went over on his ankle.
Oh, we might be in trouble here, you know. Even the referees in Super League have to dig deep sometimes.
Smith sticks it high. Keenan Brown's being invited to come in and take it, which he does, but can't run away from those defenders. Hodgson. Here's Charlie.
Substitution for Leigh Leopards, coming on number 12, Jack Hughes. Coming on number 8, Owen Trout.
Ipape. New again, right down the middle. What an impact he's made in this his first season. At the Leigh Leopards testing you.
I can't believe he's just 23 years of age as well. So much rugby league in front of that beast of a man.
Back to Lam, who's trying to make sure he was behind the 40, but that's academic because he stuck it high in the air. Miski will catch and look to return. It's a battle of wills at the moment, a physical battle of wills.
Discipline is key, with and without the ball.
Oh.
Discipline and patience. I don't think Jack Smith is still out of the woods with that rolled ankle. He's still limping.
Oh, another spill due to the impact. Bolton picks up, and he's happy to find a place very close to the halfway line with Leigh back in possession. Oh, and then spilt by O'Neill. And Farrell returns the favour.
Well, the first one was a forced error. And the second one from Ethan O'Neill, well, that was just the dropsies.
Catching a butter ball. There's Mago. This is Brad O'Neill. Ellis was ready, but it's into the hands instead of Thompson. Well, they've got 4 plays to go here, and this is the most encouraging position Wigan have found themselves in for a while. Smith puts it back, Field inside, now it's with Farrell. Farrell stretching the will of that Leigh defence. Brad O'Neill is back there, one-handed pick-up from him. Ellis, and now Smith. Smith away from Ipape. Lamb's trying to pinch the ball, but Smith keeps a tight hold. Still 2 to go. 10 away. Farriman offers it up. Oh, and Ellis has dropped it backwards, the referee says. Farriman again. This will be the last. Ellis back to Field. Field slides it through, and O'Brien, yep, he has got it. He has got it. It wasn't for certain, but he comes up with a ball.
Well, good urgency from Gareth O'Brien, down on that ball. A different option, a different kicking option for Wigan. It's the fullback, Jay Field, takes it through the line, tries to thread the ball.
Jenna Brooks, what have you got for us on the sidelines?
Well, as we know, the Leigh owner, Derek Beaumont, well, he prides himself on pre-match entertainment, doesn't he, among other things? Well, I can tell you, tonight, in the Leigh Sports Village, there are 10,375 supporters. I'm told it is the highest ever for a Super League crowd, and it's a sellout.
Wow, well done, fantastic. Well done to everyone. It's behind the 40, it is a big kick from Lachlan Lamb, but Jay Field just gets back and rescues it. But what a chase that was.
Outstanding.
Off ahead going.
The front rower who gets on his bike, even though it potentially was a 40-20, he didn't hang around.
Barrowman wriggling, dashing, darting, earns yards he had no entitlement to. O'Neill, Marshall. Talking about crowds, I think they've got a £5 a ticket at Wakefield tomorrow as well, so they're expecting a big crowd there with their matchup against Catalan. And as we mentioned, 1 million people will have gone through the turnstiles by the time this weekend is over. Smith with a kick.
This is a long buster of a game, isn't it?
It's a terrific game, isn't it? Oh, well, that looked a little untidy, but I think he did pick it up cleanly, but he's going back. He's being carried back to whence he came. And with the help of his mates, he just about keeps in the field of play.
This is brilliant stuff from both sides. Not perfect. Mistakes are plenty, but you have to applaud the commitment.
Well, I think Adrian Lamb last week said about finals footy in the match against Leeds. We're watching finals footy here in this match against Wigan.
The ball is pinging around.
New. Pushing. Well, that 10,000 plus gate, there'll be plenty of them back for more, I'm sure. They've got 8 home games in their last 11 matches of Leigh. There's a good offload to Itabaki and O'Brien. O'Neill keeping it alive, Trout, and out it comes to Brand, and Brand's got Hanley for company, but Marshall's there, but he pops it away to Hanley, who finds a gap on the inside, and the pass to Ipape is sensational. What a try that was. The place has gone bananas. That was incredible.
Well, you won't see a better try than that in the Betfred Super League. Players flooding forward. Ultimately, it's the number 9, Edwin Ipape, who dabs the ball down for the home team. But the bravery and courage deep in their own half to throw this ball around. Offloads, smart passes, risky passes, offloads. It's Keenan Brand who drops the hammer, looks into the space, finds a bit more space, an offload, and Amila Hanley with the telling pass. This is ad hoc expression at its best. It's that pass there. As soon as he takes the tackle, Keenan Brand finding the centre, Amila Hanley, and the hooker. Look at that celebration, great stuff.
Well, it's an emotional cry and an emotional response, and Leigh find themselves in the lead for the very first time. Wigan's will to win that has been tested so often of late is being expected, tested to the extreme here now. O'Brien right in front of the sticks. There's nothing for certain on a night like this, but that is very close to that category as over it goes. 12.28. Who wins this one with 11.5 minutes to go?
Well, Leigh at times have been dire with the skills, but there are 8 passes in this try. 8 passes on the money, under pressure, conditions less than perfect, a greasy ball, but it's the number 9, the fans' favourite, who slides in under the H's in front of all those adoring fans.
The Battle of the Borough is a marvel to watch. Wigan need a response, but Leigh at the moment are in their pomp.
Well, Leigh are without doubt in the driving seat and on the front foot, but tell you what, Dave, you wouldn't put money on the winner of this one yet, would you?
Absolutely not. Ipape goes out from dummy half again and has made about 5 metres extra. Listen to the noise. Here's New. Oh, up he goes again, Tessie New. Bullying and bulldozing. Back for O'Brien. Sticking it high. Testing into the set. Pings around off bodies. On Charlie. Has put it down, has he? Is this try 250? Is this a potential match winner?
The live call's try.
He thinks it might be.
Confirmed the ball doesn't go forward,
Reinforced.
and then
But
into the
there's
ground
one
in
pair
by
of
Josh
eyes that
Chandler,
need to look
please.
carefully at
Live
this.
decision is a try.
And they belong to Chris Kendall.
From a kick, onside, offside.
Okay, we have a live call of try. We go back and check the kick. Okay, players are onside. Let's run it through to this point. If we can get in a tighter version, please, to see who touches the ball. We might have to go back to the wide after. Everyone's competing. It's a fair challenge. Okay, who does that come off? Have we got anything else on that, please? Who does this come off? Okay, there's no knock-on by Leigh. It's a knock-on by Wigan initially. It's then off. If we go to camera 5, please. Just confirm on this angle. Okay, does Trout touch the ball in the air, and is it a knock-on if he does? Oh, just run that back, please. Is that touched by Trout? Just need to work out, does Trout touch this ball in the air? He certainly gets very close. Okay, no, it's missed on that angle. So we can run through to the next element now. It's not touched by Trout. Okay, what happens now? It comes off Hughes' head. So it's a knock-on by Wigan initially. It then hits Hughes' head. I need to check Charnley to see if Charnley is onside or offside from this, please. Have we got a wide version, please? So I can see where Charnley comes from. Okay, he's touched. Run it through from here, please. Okay, it's touched by Holton's head. I can't see on that angle where Charnley is. Have we got anything else? Okay, if we pause it on when it hits Holton's head, pause it there. Have we got any other angle on that, please? Okay, just run it through on this, please. Just go back, please. I'm just looking at Charnley's feet. Okay, I can't see his feet on that angle. Can we? Let's have a look at camera 5. Okay, as you can see, Charnley's feet, he's got green boots. He's in front at the point of where it's touched by Holton. He's still in front. He's still in front. Where does the ball go there? Okay, pause it. Okay, it hits Holton's head. Chanley is in front of where it's touched. He's still in front. And he then touches the ball. Just go back to camera 5, please. Okay, yeah, go from here, please. Okay, so we've got a knock-on by Wigan originally. It hits Holton's head, and Chanley picks the ball up in an offside position. I've viewed the angles I need. I've made my decision.
Wow. Huge, huge moment. Everybody waits. Everybody waits. Where's it going? I think we know. Oh,
my word.
the groans, the look of bewilderment, the career milestone that is not to be, and a match that remains in the balance.
Well, Chris Kendall gave a very clear description of his thoughts on it. It's a desperate shame, isn't it?
Oh my word.
That 250 will have to wait for another night. It's coming, isn't it?
Well, it was a knock-on from Wigan originally, as we heard. So I think it's going to be head and feet to Leigh at the scrum. But as we heard from the video referee, Charlie's feet ahead of Frankie Holton when he gets the header in. We thought it was going to be another headed assist, just like Ryan Hall earlier this year.
We said this game was going to be about inches, didn't
But
we?
it's still in Leigh's grasp, or their fingertips. O'Brien just touching it back. Well, they've got a full set again here. 10 minutes to go. Nobody is averting their eyes from this one at the moment, unless you're of a nervous disposition. And you can't bear to look. Ipape. Liu to Lam. Holton dodging, but arms grasping out and getting a hold. Ipape's got moments here to sum up his next move, and Trout is going to drive it. But there are plenty of big fellas there to make sure he doesn't get what he wants. Ipape, the ball's been lost, and it's run free on the intercept. Oh.
That's a massive play from Wigan on goal line defence. Jay Field ends up with the ball. Edwin Ipape somehow, well, he just snatches it out of his hands, doesn't he?
Where is this game going from here?
Absolutely no idea.
Well, Wigan have form in the last 10 minutes, winning matches in recent weeks from uncomfortable positions, but scoring 18 tries in that time period this season, more than any other club. This is Ellis. Barryman. Little leap over the top by Miski. Searching back for the middle of the field. Wigan, remember, need a score. Warrington looking as though they are going to be eventually comfortable winners in that other match, but it's far from comfortable in this one. That's a decent carry from Wardle. Wigan's turn to attempt to strike, but they're on the last. Barryman swinging it wide. Kick and a chase. Hodgson up there and finds a gap and sprints past another and sprints beyond Smith and he's still going. What a clearing run that is.
What a kick return.
And Charlie will carry it on.
Over the halfway, thanks to the efforts of Bailey Hodgson.
Harry Smith is desperately trying to rip that ball free. But Leigh, with 2 plays gone, are already seeking that attacking position.
Wigan needs somebody with a cool head and a clear plan.
Ipape. Back to O'Brien. Hanley. Ipape's up there again. 7 and a bit minutes to go. O'Brien out. Smith goes left. Hodgson, and this is Charlie. He's trying to bump them away. But it's an immovable brick wall that Wigan provide. Lamb goes back the way it came. Charlie with a little chip and a chase. But Wigan have it back. There's a knock-on. But Wigan's possession.
He decides to go to that short side, Lachlan Lamb. Everybody on the long side in the Leigh Leopards shirt was pointing. They wanted that ball dribbled on the floor, probably looking for a bit of repeat possession. But if not, just trying to make Wigan stress a little bit.
And as the season reaches its conclusion, well, we got 10 weeks to go after this, but we're going to get more of these because results really do matter at this stage of the season. Positions change. Everything is up for grabs. Smith to Farrell.
There was a big cry of forward there. It was a line ball at best.
Tyler Dupree carrying it forward with all his might, but again Wigan have hit the last, and they're still about 35 metres out. Farriman puts it up there. Hodgson, who's been impeccable all night so far, retains that record despite the chase and despite the bump of the tackle. Kieran's knocked the ball free twice with his physicality, but not on that occasion.
Bravery, courage and composure at the back, as he's done a couple of times. Catch the ball first, that's his job. And gets a clout for his trouble.
Frankie Holton again, diagonal. Looking for a door that might be ajar, but it slams shut. Ipape picks up. Ploughing away through the middle, off a Hengari. But it's Leigh now who've hit the last. They've got a big kick to hope for. Lamb, he's beyond the 40. But again, that's not really an issue because the kick is right down the field and Field will catch it and looks to bring it back. The chase is good and Field bounces out of that attempted tackle from Holton.
It bounces away, doesn't it? But it was a kick to three players in backfield, both wingers and the full-back back, so no space.
One of the games of the season we're watching here at the moment as Farrell carries again. Brad O'Neill, again the time to look around, pick his options. Miski's the man, but he's running into trouble. Wigan again are going through the tackles, unable at the moment to get inside their opponent's half. Maybe this time, Smith puts it back, here comes Field. There's danger, but O'Brien makes sure it doesn't develop into anything more. Wardle, back to Smith. That's a wobbler, that's a wobbler, that's going who knows where. Well, into the hands of Tessie New. And New stretching away from a couple of defenders.
He's been good, hasn't it? Powerful player as he is every week, but turned up in the big moments. Gareth O'Brien putting a good bit of defence in and then kick pressure at the end of it.
And again, just listen to that noise.
The song that we keep hearing is Leopards are massive, and these players have been absolutely massive this evening.
Oh, I know. Well, there's a problem here for Brad O'Neill.
I'm sure there's a bit of blood. There's a bit of red sweat on Brad O'Neill. It's been an exceptional contest, not perfect by any shape or form, but these fans and the players on the field have made this an absolute pleasure this evening. Feel lucky, Dave, when you're at occasions like this. Why we do what we do and why we love this game so much.
Leopard skin everywhere, isn't there? What a decision that was to turn them into the Leigh Leopards. It's very much caught on, hasn't it? This is the importance of Leigh hanging on to win here tonight, because look what they've got coming up. Hawkinson Rovers next, then St Helens, then Warrington, then Leeds, then Hull FC. Some huge challenges, but you take one game at a time, and at the moment, this is their game. But he knows Wigan have a punch, Wigan have a recoil. Leigh have got to keep their foot to the pedal, because Wigan will respond given half an opportunity. Ipape puts it up there, Field with a catch. Big long pass out, and he had to be closed down, and O'Brien made sure he was.
Well, that's an indication, Dave. Wigan have to force this game now. Wigan, the team, taking risks and putting long, risky passes near their try line.
But Leigh will have watched the video of Huddersfield, the video of Castleford, when Wigan somehow manufactured 2 points out of nothing. Different opposition tonight, you would suggest, but that's what Wigan are capable of. And here they come with Field, and Field dummying Marshall, and Hanley gets across there. What a tackle that was from Amila Hanley. Wow! And then a hand in out of the ruck.
And Liam Marshall at marker knocks that ball out of the hand of Leigh. But this big crowd really appreciate the commitment and effort put in by the home side. That's the knock-on. This is the tackle. Amila Hanley not just makes the tackle, but keeps the momentum and flings Jay Field over the sideline. Brilliant work. So much to admire about the defensive effort of everybody in a Leigh shirt tonight.
We're creeping into last gasp territory. Wigan will get the ball back, all things being equal, unless Leigh can score again, or unless they can somehow force a repeat set at the end of this.
Oh, the cruel, this Leigh crowd now singing "We Can See You" sneaking out to the Wigan fans to our left, who sense what's coming on the 80 minutes.
That was Leo. How do you leave a game like this at this stage of the game? Ipape.
The Wigan Walk, I think it's called, Dave.
But there's still a chance. There's still a chance. Leigh, though, are trying to put that to bed here. Lamb still going, dragged down by Faramond. This will be the last play with 30 seconds to go. The kick to that in-goal area, the chase is on. And, well, oh, it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. O'Brien has won it. All kinds of craziness going on in that in-goal area. But keeping the coolest of heads was Gareth O'Brien, I think, who got a hand on the ball. Or was it Owen Trout? Well, the referee's put the square in the air.
Okay,
Try on the field, he thinks.
No tackle. If we go back to the original... Oh, sorry. Okay, we have no tackle. If we go back to the original kick, play it on from this point, please. So Ipape kicks the ball and chases his own kick. If we just run it through on this angle, please. Can we just get a tighter in version? Just ensure that Ipape doesn't touch the ball here. Okay, yeah, run it through here. Okay, that is missed by Ipape, so if we now run it back and go back to the wide version, please, and pause the ball again on the foot. We pause the ball on the foot. Okay, we're going to run it through now. We've got Ellis, Dupree and Farrell offside. Gets into his own in goal. He tries to pick the ball up. Let's run it through. Have we got a tight inversion, please? Make sure that Field doesn't... It appeared that he was just trying to pick the ball up rather than intentionally ground it. Have we got a corner view at all, please? All right, okay. Let's go on this angle, please. Okay, yeah, he's trying to pick the ball up. That's not intentionally grounded. If we run it through on this angle, please. and the ball is then grounded by Trout. I've viewed the angles I need, I've made my decision.
Well, no words needed here. Just have a listen to this. What a night, what a game, and what an ending.
And there couldn't be a more deserving player on the field than Owen Trout, who's worked his blood to water. I'm not 100% certain, but I think he's played 80 minutes in the front row, carting the ball forward, 27 tackles, a number of hit-ups, a number of metres made for his team, but it's that try that will confirm the win for Leigh Leopards. Big, big win.
Well, it's been a night of smoke and fireworks and laser beams and utterly thrilling rugby league. Wigan desperate to find the escape route, but it was Owen Trout who puts that big left hand on the ball, and Leigh win a quite sensational game. They've done a heap of good to their hopes of finishing in the top 4, maybe even the top 2. Adrian Lamb is full of smiles, as is most of Leigh tonight. They've beaten their local rivals by 18 points to 8.